Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Allison prior to or after all the makeup was done. So just to let you know, you're in for a roller coaster of a ride with the Allison you're gonna see in a minute, because she's gonna go from one point to another point to another point to another point. So hopefully you can keep track of it. Basically, what Allison that you're going to see in a minute means, this palette is a very good palette. So if she was a little iffy in the beginning, she's a little crazy, okay? Just let you know, you got a crazy woman you're watching. Palette, good, okay? She'll let you know about that in the end, but I'm letting you know ahead of time because I wanted to pre-warn you. She's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs right now. She don't know what she's saying half the time. So, please watch, please subscribe, and please like and comment. You can comment that she's cuckoo. She knows it. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. Hello, my little makeup lovers, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be reviewing some new products. And when I say new, I think probably new to me, probably not new to you guys or new to the makeup community altogether. I'm always just one step behind everybody else. Probably because I don't have the money to be 2 steps ahead of everybody else. Believe me, if I would have won that Mega Millions a few weeks ago, a couple $1 billion, yeah, I'd have a lot of makeup. So, but that wasn't going to happen. So I'm always going to be like 1 step behind, and that's okay. I think there are a lot of us that don't get the makeup right when it comes out. So we appreciate some reviews later on when everybody else has moved on to the next group of makeup that has come out. So there's going to be a few products I'm going to be using today. 1 or 2 of them I've used kind of on my channel, but I've never really talked about how they've worked for me. And 3 of them are literally brand new ones that I haven't had on this channel at all. So, and it's not a full face, so it's gonna kind of be hit and miss. What I first want to talk about is the new eyeshadow palette from BH Cosmetics, the Royal Affair. And this is what the packaging looks like. It came in cover and stuff like that, and I've tossed that off into the world. And this is what it looks like on the inside. And it does come, yeah, it does come with a mirror. So, but this is the colors concept. Now, when you look at this, where do your eyes go? Mine went kind of to some of the green and this color here, you know, green. But when you take away some of these, basically, you got a brown neutral palette, which I was like, when I brought it home, I was like, what the heck did I do this for? I also picked this up at Ulta. I didn't order this online. I love to order things online, I really do, but I also like to be able to touch them in the store and feel them and feel what kind of product it is. So it's really hard sometimes to want to buy these online. I mean, there's some things you can't help because they're only available online unless you live at somewhere where there's a Morphe store. Like Jeffree Star Cosmetics, you know, you can't just go down the store to Ulta Sport and get it because you're not there. But for the most part, I like to be able to see what I'm getting. But BH Cosmetics generally, and I have a few palettes from them. I have, I know off the top of my head, I have the Zodiac palette, which is wonderful. The Weekend Festival palette, which I adore. So I do know that I generally like their eyeshadows and what they're made out of, and you know how they build up and all that good stuff. So there are 20 shades, and 8 of them are shimmer / metallic. And for the most point, this is a good palette. It's a good neutral palette, you know, with a couple colors thrown in just to make it a little interesting. But I'm going to put up in a second, I'm going to go away, and I'm going to put up the Anastasia Sultry palette and let you guys look at that. So, all right, I'm going to take Rain, and I didn't set my eyes today, so I'm going to kind of put that all over my eye and eyelids, not my eye, because that would be wrong. I'm going to put this all over my eyelids just as to kind of set it. Because again, I usually want to put something because for me, I never want to pull at my eyelids. So I try to be somewhat careful with that. And I like this. It's a very neutral color. It's the color of my pale eyelids. And I think that works. But I also think in this palette, there are some deeper colors that would work on darker skin tones. So right here, and we're gonna warm up our little crease area here. And as always, I'm gonna just do my one eye and then I'll do the other eye off camera to save time. Because I know you guys have all been very sweet in saying that I, you know, don't talk too much, or, you know, my videos aren't too long, but again, I never want to bore anybody and be blah, 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 and somebody's begging me to stop. So I'm focusing most of this in the outer corner, and then I'm going to take what's left on my brush towards the inner corner just to warm that up just a little bit. And that's about that. And then I have some other products we're going to talk about. A couple of them, I don't know if I've talked about yet. Two of them, yeah, I just got them the other day, so I know. And I know they're not new products, but one of them was recommended by one of the bigger beauty YouTubers that I watch. I love to do that, because I'm watching so many beauty YouTubers now, but I rarely watch any of them that have more than 1 million subscribers now. I don't know. I just watch the ones that I feel like I can trust, that aren't just trying to sell me a product, you know? It's getting to be that you can't trust everybody, and it's so frustrating to me. Because I'm such an upfront person, it's hard for me to understand why anybody needs to lie. And I understand makeup is a billion-dollar industry, but there's so many brands out there. Why do we feel like we need to suck up to a certain brand just to stay on a list? I guess I don't get it, because I am not on a PR list, and I don't think I will be. And if I ever am, it's going to be in a long time coming. I'm just blending this out just a little bit. And I'm actually going to take a little bit of rain to blend that out a little bit. And so, I don't know. There's just so many companies out there. You don't have to like everything somebody makes. Sometimes companies have an off product. It's okay. They should know they have an off product so they can do better on the next one. I don't think it's a crime, and I don't think we should have to kiss their catucuses, you know, for that. All right, I'm going to take Regal right here. And I'm going to take it on my Morphe 507 brush, because I like this as little and I can stamp it in the corner really well. So I'm going to get it in the outer V. Sorry, this is such a basic eye look, guys and gals. I promise my next look will not be like this. I just kind of have to use what I have here in this one. And I bought a neutral palette, and I can't believe I did that to myself. But, oh well. Neutrals have their place. Browns have their place. And like I've said before, I don't want to be a one-trick pony where I'm just doing colors all the time. and I ignore all the rest of the beautiful warm tones that are out there. And that is actually a very beautiful brown, because it's like a rich brown. And everybody's like, yes, Allison, but what does that mean, that is rich brown? I don't know how else to describe it. It's just really, it's like an orangish, brownish color. I don't know if it'll translate on screen that way, but it's really very beautiful. And what I do like about this palette, I'm going back with my 441 with no extra product on it. I just want to blend this a little bit. What I do love about this palette is, you know, you can get this and do a quick eye look and be ready to go anywhere. I mean, you can get this for work. You could do this for an evening out. It's just not, you know, a one-trick pony. You can use it for multiple reasons. And that is what's nice about it, have a nice neutral palette, you know? Because a lot of people can't wear colors all over their lids to go to work. You know, you have to, you know, dress accordingly to what it is. And I get that. So it's nice to have a palette like this that has some really beautiful colors in it, but, you know, is also extremely neutral, so you can kind of be office appropriate, but then add a little more darkness to the outer corner and you've got an evening out, you know. So I'm gonna swatch this Princess. I just kind of want to see what this is. Yeah, this is like, that's just a kind of like a metallic reddish, copperish, you know, like a penny color there. Just kind of wanted to look at that. I don't know if I want something quite that dark on my eyelids because I have this going on with that. So let's see. Let's try Imperial. Let's clean my finger off so I get a good, better look here. So we've got that. And could I swatch that in a worse spot? Probably. I think I'm going to take High Tea, which is right there, which is the one I told you is kind of crumbly. So let me get some setting spray. Oh, I have some right here. I'm not going to show you what it is yet because this is one of my new products I want to show you. So I can't let you see it yet. Heavens no. All right, let me get my Morphe 421 brush, which is this one right here. And I'm gonna dip it into Imperial, or sorry, High Tea. And I'm gonna get the hair off of it that's on there. And if, I don't know if you can tell, but it's really crumbly on the brush there. So I'm gonna spray it. I literally just sprayed my hand. Yeah. Some days. See, some fancy YouTuber would have not told you they did that, but not me. I'll tell you when I screw up. All right. And then I hit myself in the face with it. Yeah. Okay. I like that, but I think I need to blend that in with something else because I think that's just a little too stark with the other colors that I have on my eyes. So I am gonna take Princess, which is again the shimmer down here, and I'm gonna use this brush I already have that's still a little damp from the setting spray, and I'm gonna put this in the middle. And then I'm gonna blend that in to Imperial. high tea. Why do I keep calling it that? Every time I say it, I know I'm doing wrong. There, I like that. We're getting a very nice color. It's kind of nice to blend colors together because you get a whole different color. And it might work a little better for you. And I'm just going to take this up over my eyelid because I do have hooded eyes. And since I did not put glitter glue down, it's going to go up on my upper eyelid soon. I just accept that. But if you don't want that to happen, put some glitter glue down, whether you have NYX or whatever you have. And that'll help stop that from happening to you. Do as I say, not as I do on this channel. All right, that is much better. So what I did was I took high tea and I put that on my lid, and I realized that that was just too stark. So then I combined it with the Princess, and I think I got a much better look going on there. I might have to discount everything I said in the beginning about might be comparable to Anastasia's Sultry palette. Because again, by looking at it, it looks a lot like it. But I need you guys, before you decide, to get this instead of that, because I said it's comparable, because I never want that ever to happen, actually. I need you guys to go to like Sephora or to Ulta and swatch it, because I looked at this palette and I even swatched this palette, but until I put this palette on my eyes, I really thought this was a brown neutral palette, and that's the colors I would get. I am literally looking at a purple and pink eye, and I used Prince right here, and I did use Regal right up here. And to look at it in the pan, it looks like a little cocoa brown color. And even when I swatch it, it's kind of like a deep. But when you really look at it, it actually is a deep reddish brown color. And that is what you're going to get on your eyes. And I just wanted to say that as a side note, because I don't want anybody to ever buy a palette thinking one thing because I said so. Not that I think I have a word of anything, but I just wanted to give you a little heads up. This one is a very reddish brown look. If you want more of a brown look, you're gonna have to go to like Duchess. So I just wanted that side note, because when I was putting my eye look, I kind of looked at it in the palette and it just looked like a nice, you know, kind of a richer brown color. And I put it on my eyes, and I'm doing both my eyes off camera, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, I literally have a purple and pink eye look, when that really wasn't what I was gonna try to go for in the very beginning. Because when I first put Prince on, I think if I would have put Prince on and Duchess on, I would have had more of a brown neutral look. Because if you do Duchess, there, you're getting more of a rich one. And now let me do Regal again right next to it. And I think you can kind of see the difference there. So I just want to say that as a side note. I know I sound so professional. You know, I'm going back and forth. And maybe the Anastasia, the Sultry palette, has a rich reddish brown in it. I'm not 100% sure. Again, but by just looking at it, eyeballing it, it did look a lot like this one. And again, it might still be, but before you guys make a decision and say, oh, I'm gonna, you know, spend my money on a $20 palette instead of a $40-something palette, please go swatch it and check and make sure that those are the shades are comparable to this one. So as a side note, I actually like this palette more knowing that I can get more of a purplish you know, reddish, pinkish look out of it than just brown. To me, this palette now is opened up and is even better. But that might not be for everybody who's just looking for a neutral palette. Wow. I like to talk a lot, don't I? Okay. Let's move on for a moment from this. I think I've talked about this palette more than enough today. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use this. This is the Catrice Cosmetics Prime and Fine Multi-Talent Fixing Spray. And I think this is what Raw Beauty Christie and Taylor from that Taylor YouTube channel uses, I think, because they use this little bottle. It looks like this, and they just love it. Love it, love it, love it. And you can use this as a primer and a finishing spray. So before I do my face, I'm going to prime it. I'm like always so scared it's gonna be like crazy. Actually, that wasn't bad at all. It wasn't like taking a huge bath. And it smells good. This actually smells really good. It's not one of those smells really like, oof, that's horrid. So, but I did, all this is going to do is gonna help make your makeup last longer. It's not gonna do anything for your pores. So I actually did use my Revlon pore defining to just make sure I took care of that too. But I just also wanted to add a little bit of a glow to it because the foundation I'm going to use today, and I don't know if I've already talked about this or not. What reminded me of this was I was watching, my goodness, I wrote notes all over the place and I got to make sure that I talk about who I want to. Samantha Candice. I was watching one of her videos and she was doing a whole video about Mary Kay and how it's basically not your grandma's makeup anymore, that there's a lot out there. And it reminded me that I have Mary Kay. And I think I talked about this, but I'm not 100% sure. But today I'm going to try again the Mary Kay Matte Wear Liquid Foundation. And this is an ivory. And this is for a combination to oily skin. Now, I have just normal skin, so I wanted to make sure that I gave my skin as much nourishment as possible. So if you have normal skin and you're using something more matte, it might behoove you to put something a little bit more moisturizing on your skin to give your foundation a fighting chance to actually look good and not look like a mask. And it's my fault that I got this. It's not the Mary Kay Foundation's fault. I didn't pay attention to the type that I was getting. So let me get my makeup brush out here. And this is literally one of my favorite makeup brushes I've ever found. I normally never used to put my makeup on with a brush, my foundation. And then I have this BH 137 and it just does such a doggone good job. So, and then I go by with the sponge afterwards and kind of blot it in. So I kind of combine it there. But, so I'm going to put this on. And again, this is an Ivory 6. So thank you, Samantha, for reminding me that I had this, because I completely forgot that I had this foundation sitting there. And if you guys are not subscribed to Candace's channel or Samantha's channel, geez Louise, I'll have her name below so you guys can go find her and give her some love, because she's got a great channel and she does some really good stuff. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is not the most best smelling foundation I've ever had. It actually smells a lot like the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. That smells like paint. This smells like paint. But I know a lot of people loved that foundation. I was not one of them. But I am going to give it another try in an upcoming video, the Wet n Wild Focus one. I got it in a different shade, hoping that that was the reason why I hated it. So, that it was in the wrong shade. I don't think that is why, but I'm hoping. All right, let me finish blending this foundation in, and then I'm gonna just be using my normal concealer, and I'll be back when that's all done. Okay. So I did my Mary Kay foundation, which I think looks good. Where it always looks worse for me, everybody I think is different. For some reason up here in my upper forehead is where it starts drying out the most, which is so weird. And then of course in the nose areas. So this side is not looking so hot. This side looks okay, but I always try to give foundations a little bit of a chance to warm up to your skin and all that good stuff. So we're gonna let that slide for a little bit. Hopefully by the end of the day, not end of the day, but hopefully in about an hour or so, this will warm up to my skin. It won't look so makeup-y right here. But again, I did get a matte formula for combination to oily skin. I'm not combination or oily skin. I'm just normal, regular skin tone. So that's my bad. So for getting the wrong foundation, I don't think it's doing a bad job at all. So honestly, if you're looking at Mary Kay and you do have oily skin, I think this foundation would really work well for you. I just used my Physician bronzer because I didn't have anything new. I also used my Mary Kay in Shy Blush, and I think I talked about this before. This is it. It has a shimmer to it. It has a kind of a goldish shimmer there. It's really very pretty, and I tried to take it kind of up. I've been trying to take my blushes kind of up almost to where my eyeshadow meets it there. So there's that. So again, just like Samantha, I think everybody should go check out Mary Kay. I think you'd find out some really good products there. So just letting you know. Okay, I'm going to do my eyebrows next. Now again, this has been, you know, at CVS for a while. This is the Joa Cosmetics. And again, Taylor from that Taylor recommended this eyebrow pencil. She did a whole get ready with me just using all Joa products. This one's in medium brown, and she really liked this. Out of all the products I think she used, I think this is one of her favorites. So it's got a nice little spoolie, and then kind of like Anastasia, we've got a little thing there. So let us work on one eyebrow here. My eyebrows are not the best in the world, and I always seem to get too dark of a color. So if I end up looking like Groucho Marx at the end of this, sorry. And if you're too young to know who Groucho Marx is, look him up and you'll see. Not that I was around when Groucho Marx was alive. Please, no. But still, I do know who he is. Gosh. If I was that old, I'm holding up pretty doggone good. And this is going on pretty good. I'm back. I have no clue what I've been doing. Again, I went off on a tangent. I was watching YouTube. Hi, Anya from Pink Sweets. I was watching you do your ColourPop one. I was laughing because you were hilarious. And I literally started just putting makeup on my face again. I've got to stop watching YouTube videos when I'm taping because I forget what the heck I'm doing. Okay, where I left off, I feel like I'm on like a soap opera. Last time on As the World Turns, Allison thought she knew what she was doing. Okay, so back to makeup, folks. So I showed you the Joa, which is a Korean makeup brand, and they're kind of expensive at CVS. So I was glad when Taylor reviewed all of this, so I didn't have to. So again, she encouraged you to, one of the products she endorses is the eyebrow pencil. And I used it, and I like it. I like it a lot, actually. And I think it was like either $8.99 or $9.99. It was like $10. Again, cheaper than Anastasia. And I really actually, like I said, I showed you earlier, it's got that same as the brow pencil for Anastasia, and it's got the spoolie. The only thing I would say is this is supposed to be medium brown. And I don't know, maybe if you really, you gotta really be, you know, really keep kind of going at it and build it up, and I think you can get to medium brown. I'm just letting you know, if you think you get this and it's not turning the shade you want, just keep working at it, and I think you can get it to the shade you want. Or if you're a little off, just be a lighter touch and you won't get as a dark a shade. So I like this eye pencil. I think Taylor, not that she'll ever see this video, but thank you for recommending it. Okay, and then I finished under my eyes, and I went with Regal. I got so much makeup brushes. I used my Morphe 432, and I kind of, yeah, I put that on the lower lash line. God, I watched too much of you, Anya. Now I can't speak over here. I couldn't speak before. And then I blended it out with Lady. And I brought it down just a little bit further because I was watching Raw Beauty Kristi last night, and she was using pink, and she brought it down even lower, and I thought that looked really cool and really dramatic. So I did the same. I don't think I got the same effect as she did, but it looked pretty good. So, and I have to say, only me who takes a neutral palette could make a purple pink look out of it. I don't know. So I would buy this palette again. Forget what Allison said in the beginning. Just buy the palette. It's a good palette. I'm telling you. I think maybe I shouldn't speak till the end of the video. Maybe it should just me putting on makeup in the end. I can start talking to you. Did my eyelashes. Nothing new. Just used my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I put a little of Kat Von D Trooper Black in my upper lash line. I used my Wet n Wild Pink in my lower lash line. And then I sprayed my face a little bit more with my Catrice spray. I really like this. So, good product. And now we're gonna go with highlight, and then we're gonna get to lips. So I'm gonna use my You Glow Girl powder from Wet n Wild. And I think my problem the last time I used this is I didn't build it up enough. This product, you should build up. If you want to glow, get some on your brush. I mean, the beauty of this is if you want a subtle highlight, you can do a subtle highlight. But if you want a highlight that you're gonna see to the moon and back, it's gonna provide it. Look at that. And I just sprayed my face, so that's why it's shining up some more. But I mean, look at that. And it's got a wet look to it, which is like my favorite. Okay, that, Allison, was just a little too much. Okay, now I just went a little crazy. Yeah, that wasn't good. What I wanted to say is, if you wanted a light look to it, you could have a light look to it. If you want a heavy look to it, you can build this up, and look at that shine. I mean, boom, boom. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I just put a little up here, here, there, because I want to glow like you've never seen. Now I have way too much in here. But yeah, let's just set that to the side there for a minute, because I'm going to make a mess in about 2 seconds. Okay, I promise you, I'm almost done, guys. Lord, if you stayed with me this long, you guys win an award. Okay, I saw this at CVS last night, and I just thought the packaging was just too adorable for words. It says "Be Strong." It's from Almay, and this one is in Be Strong. Get it? That's the name on the type. Takes a lot. So I used my Wet n Wild, and this has got to be like 1,000,000 years old, pencil in, doesn't even say anymore, Fab Fuchsia. And now I'm going to use Be Strong from Almay, and like I said, this is the color. It's a bullet lipstick. And let me get this on, because you can't talk and put on lipstick at the same time. I just want to make sure I was recording. And this is it. Actually, this formula is very creamy. And maybe this isn't very fall, but you could add like a little orange or a little brown over the top of this. And actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I got this the other month and I never used it on this channel. These came out, God, I don't know how long ago, from Seat London. These are the glitter flips, where you put it on your lips, give it a few minutes, and there's glitter. This one is in Infamous. So I'm gonna add this over the top. I don't know what this is gonna do. So. Sorry, can't talk. Now the idea of this, sorry, don't want to put my lips together, is you give it like 30 seconds or something, and then you smack your lips together, and there you go. What got me is the packaging. I mean, look at that. That is like the most stunningly beautiful packaging I had ever seen in a lip gloss. So I saw it, I wanted to have it, and then I was going to talk about it, review it. Then I realized that, again, I missed the boat, and it's like 100 years old, and nobody'd probably be interested in hearing my opinion on it. So I thought it's kind of cool. So, all right, is it drying? But I do like the color that combined together. Kind of give it a rich orangish pink. Is that even a color? So, all right. Let's see if I can get any glitter. There's a little bit of sparkle. You gotta remember, I put it over a lipstick. So I think it's gonna lose a little bit of the glitter. So, okay, I'm done playing. Thank you guys for sticking around and watching. And if you didn't stick around, I understand. This was a little bit of a hot mess today, and I apologize. I had it all worked in my head, how it was gonna go. There. Okay, let's talk about the newer products that I used and what I think about it. The lipstick, the Almay lipstick, I think these are great. They're very creamy, very easy to apply. I think they had about 7 or 8 shades. If you see them, I don't think you go wrong to pick these up. I think they were like $7, so good. This, you already know, my Wet n Wild Loose Highlight in You Glow Girl. Yeah, I promised I wouldn't do that again, and I did it, didn't I? Yeah, these are awesome. If you see these and you don't have it in a shade, I know there are at least 3 or 4 shades of this. I just wanted the pink one. you won't go wrong. And these are like $5.99 or $6.99, extremely cheap, much cheaper than buying the Anastasia. And I think that glow on my face is just as glowy as anybody using an Anastasia one. My Mary Kay foundation, let me see what it looks like. It's starting to get a little bit better in my nose pores. It's starting to warm to my skin, and I've also sprayed my face too. So I think, just like Samantha talked about, I think more people need to go to Mary Kay. I think there are some really bomb products there that you could really put into your repertoire of makeup that you're getting from like Sephora and Ulta and the drugstore. I think there's a lot of products from Mary Kay that can stand alone. So, good product. And I love, 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 love my pencil, my brow pencil from CVS, Joa. So if you see this, get this one. Is the brow down to me one. I think there's a couple different brow pencils, but this is the one that I picked up. Again, I have in warm medium brown. Love it. And I think we're down to my palette that I went crazy on, and I came up with a purple eye look on a brown neutral palette. But try to remember, this Regal is a reddish brown, so if you're going to use that, you're going to get a reddish brown looking on your eye, and then if you combine it with this, it's just going to make it even more pinkish purple. So again, I think you could probably get this on BH Cosmetics, and you could get it for cheaper than even at Ulta. I think it's totally worth it. In the beginning of this video, I was iffy on it. Now I'm like, I love it. The formula is good. There's just a couple of the shimmery palettes, shimmery shades that need a little help. But all in all, very good palette, totally worth the money. I think I'd rather have this than the Anastasia one, honestly, because I could get 2 eyeshadow palettes for one of those, and I'd rather... It's not quantity over quality, because this is quality. So I'm not even going to say that. I'd rather have a couple quality than one quality in my repertoire. So, and oh, the Catrice setting spray, love it. If you can find these at Ulta, buy it, pick it up. I think you'll like it if you want more of a dewy skin. Now, if you're already oily skin, this is not going to be for you. But if you're regular or drier skin, I think you'd really like this. But you're gonna have to hunt hard, because this was like the last bottle. This has been hard to find. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed this crazy review of new products. Thank you for subscribing. I think the last time I looked, I was up to 33 subscribers. Thank you, all of you who have subscribed. I love each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, I'm hoping to get to 50 by Christmas. I'm going to give a giveaway. It's probably either going to be like a ColourPop or Morphe or a BH Cosmetics eyeshadow set. Something nice, you know. When I get to 100, I'm going to do another one. And someday, if I can ever get to 1,000, ooh, it'll be a crazy giveaway, I promise. So, but baby steps. I've been on for a month and a half, and I'm blessed to have what I have going on right now. And that's all because of you guys subscribing to my channel. So thank you so very much. So I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good night. Hope you have a good weekend, and I hope you have a good week. And I will see you guys soon back on my channel.